What's going on? Good morning, y'all. I'm at the library, kind of. But here's something that's been on my mind, I guess, is like for the past 3, 4 months, I go through these different phases where it's like, on one hand, I feel like spiritually enlightened, you know? Like I can't be contained by a 9 to 5. Like I'm meant for more. Like, like I'll just somehow figure it out, or some opportunity's gonna fall in my lap, or something's gonna click, and then I'm just gonna go all in on that shit, you know? Or I'm being called to adventure and I need to pack a bag and just go. You know, I got enough savings to be unemployed for how long I've been unemployed, which has been about 4 months, and for a little bit after that, I got enough savings to just pack a bag and travel. And that's what I'm trying to break. I'm trying to break the conditioning that says like money's real. I'm trying to break the conditioning that says you need money to live. You need money to like not like live, but like have a good existence. You know, you need money to travel. And it's like, sure, to a degree, but you could DoorDash for a week and save a couple grand and pack a bag, buy a plane ticket, and then live in like some Asian country for a couple dollars a day, you know? And it's like fear that's holding you back. It's your conditioning that's creating that fear. Your conditioning that's like, you need to go to school, get a job, get a girl, get married, have kids, and stay. Just dig your roots in and stay. And yeah, that's the American dream, you know? Nothing wrong with that. And then on the other hand, so I just feel like a fucking unemployed chud, bro. Like I'll catch myself like doom scrolling and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm literally doom scrolling, unemployed, not making money, not pursuing anything really. Which, by the way, I am. I'm trying to build something. I'm trying to like make some shit, make something of myself, make art. I'm trying to create more than I consume. I'm trying to break these 23 years of conditioning, you know? But it's tough, man. When you, on one hand, you think you're like the chosen one, you know? Like you're John Connor or Neo. And then on the other hand, you feel like, damn, I'm just another unemployed chud. I'm still talking to my fucking ex. I'm still stressed out about finances. A part of me still just wants to live out the American dream. Part of me wants to give up and quit and work for some dickhead that I don't respect for a paycheck every 2 weeks. You know? I can't get any matches on Hinge. I can't talk to girls like I'm a fucking chud. But I'm trying, man. Exposure therapy. I'm trying to create that courage and talk to people and, you know, do things out of my comfort zone little by little, you know? But sometimes I wonder if I favor like the shame in staying the same and staying who I am, or the discomfort in trying to pursue who I'm meant to be. Because either way, man, it's suffering. And, you know, I thought of this shit the other day. That's like, just because you don't give up doesn't mean you're gonna make it. And that's like anti-motivation right there, bro. But it's true. There's a lot of people that fall short, you know? But a part two to that quote is like, so part one is like, just because you don't give up doesn't mean you're gonna make it. Yeah, okay, true. But part two would be, giving up guarantees you won't make it, you know? So I might as well just burn all my savings trying to make it. I might as well burn all my savings fucking trying. And if I don't make it, you know, I'm fortunate enough to be, you know, if I hit rock bottom, I can walk with my tail tucked between my legs, knock on my mom's door, knock on my dad's door, knock on my brother's door, and they'll give me a couch to sleep on, you know, till I get back on my feet. I'm fortunate enough to do that. And then, so that's plan B. Plan C, military, you know. But I got so much pride that I would rather live in my car and continue to see the world a little bit. I would rather take my last $500 and get a one-way ticket to the Philippines or Thailand or something, and then try to make it out there. I don't know. Hi. On a different note, like, I don't know if you guys ever feel this, but I always like wave at babies or like wave at dogs and shit, you know? But I think it's more awkward to like talk to the parents or the owner of the dog or whatever, or the grandparents or whoever's with the baby or the dog, you know? It's like, shit, I'll say what up to the dog, but I don't want to talk to you, you know? And that's what I mean, that we're so shackled and like confined by our conditioning, because a baby is so pure, a dog is so fucking pure, and then when they grow up, they're just like awkward and weird to talk to. So I don't know, maybe I'm one of those babies that grew up to be awkward and weird, definitely. But I don't know. Either way, I know it's gonna work out. Whether I try or I don't try, whether I have to, you know, strap my boots up and get a job, or whatever I'm making works out. It's gonna work out, bro. As long as I'm alive, like, I have a good head on my shoulders, bro. I'm never gonna just do a bunch of drugs and be homeless, bro. I'm gonna make it work. And if I have to swallow my pride sometimes, I will. If I have to make sacrifices, I will. Okay? I won't like go out on the weekends as much. I won't spend money on shit I don't need. I'll start buying cheaper food, you know? I'll make those sacrifices. And maybe I'll get a job. And it doesn't even have to be like a 9 to 5. You know, I can't be contained by a fucking office under fluorescent lights in a cubicle for like 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, kissing ass to some boss I don't fuck with. But on the other side, like I've worked regular jobs, you know, I've worked as a busboy, as a waiter, as a dishwasher, as like a bagger, a cart boy. Like, it sucks all around, man. And, you know, do what you have to do. I'm just talking about my personal experiences. I can't speak for everybody. And, you know, I get a lot of comments that are like mad at me because they're like, oh, it's so unrealistic that you think, you know, you're so privileged to be able to be in a position where you don't have to blah, blah, blah. Like, take a look in the mirror, bro, and realize that your conditioning has made you believe that. It's instilled those beliefs in your mind, you know? Like, you can afford to be broke. Some people can't, I get it. They have kids, you know, they have, like, a lot of debt, they have bills to pay, like, yeah, whatever, bro. But if you can afford to be broke, like me right now, bro, I'm single, my rent is cheap, you know, I don't have that many needs. I'm not that needy. So, right now I can afford to be broke, bro. So I'm going to be broke. I am broke, you know, but I'm making it work. So, I don't know. I think I think I think y'all better take that risk, man. I'm not just out here like vibing and doing jack shit, you know? And it's embarrassing to not have a job too. It's embarrassing to like talk to all your friends and your family and be like, I don't have a job. And I'm even lying to some of my friends and my family that like I do have a job. You know, when people ask me, what do you do? I'm like, I do this, which is like the last job I had. I do commercial real estate sales. Like, fuck that shit, bro. You gotta be honest with who you are, man. And if you can afford to be broke, dude, if you have something in mind that you want to do, fucking do it, bro. Stop being a little bitch, dude. Like, actually just start doing it, bro. Start posting shit. Start, like, making videos or start writing a book or, like, sell all your shit and fucking travel, bro. Like, I looked in my closet the other day, full fucking rack of t-shirts, bro. I only wear like 5 or 6 t-shirts. I don't need that much shit. I have like 7 hoodies, bro. I only wear like 2 maybe, you know? Like, I still have my graduation cap and gown. I don't need that shit. I'm literally gonna like sell all my shit, donate all my shit, and just like try to make it work or go somewhere or do something, man. And sometimes, yes, I do feel like an unemployed chud. You know, I feel like a loser. I feel like I should be doing something. I feel like I should be conforming and searching for a job actively and working and doing that shit. But then I look back at my day and I'm like, I put in more work than I did when I had a 9 to 5. I put in more work today than I did when I had a 9 to 5, man. I'm showing up for myself. I'm showing up for the things I want to do and the things I believe in, and that work is good. I'm moving in the right direction, bro. So work doesn't have to be a job. I know I made a video on that, but like, work does not have to be a job. It doesn't mean having a job. And that's a really hard concept to grasp for some. But that's another thing that I've recently learned, you know? But sometimes I feel like an unemployed chud, and sometimes I feel like I'm spiritually awakened or enlightened somehow, that I'm moving in the right direction. And I know that on that spectrum that I'm closer to the latter, that I'm closer to being enlightened and awakened and whatever, you know, because I am working and I am putting forth an effort towards the life that I want to live, man. All right, later, bro. Gotta take a shit.